Shalom. Call hello Yahweh Ba'Shem Abishai Ba'Shem Rakakudash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners, and to the Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson in truth. And I'm just sitting here amazed and thankful, you know, for the apostles and the elders, for all the Akim, the brothers, and for the fact that the Lord took the veil from over our eyes and allowed us to see all the lies and the deceit, having this understanding. And the reason I say that is because I put up a post before the clouds. Let me just point the camera up at the clouds. Before the storm clouds came in, Esau tagged the skies with the chemtrails. All right. And then the real clouds come in and disguise it, and it's like it never happened. And people are clueless, to what's going on. It's like it never happened, but we know it happened. Two scriptures that come to mind. First one is Luke 8:17. We grab that. Then I'll get into something else. But this is going to be random topics, just random stuff. But this is Luke 8:17, and it reads, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known." That shall not be known and come abroad. So there's literally nothing you can do that's gonna stay hidden. All right, and if you think it's gonna stay hidden, it's gonna go to your grave. It'll come out when you're gone, or you'll pay for it when you come back. It's not. The Lord is cold like that, man. All right. Another one, as far as us understanding all the deceit and the lies, that veil of deceit. This is Isaiah 25:7, and it reads, "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the coverings cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations." So all those lies that Esau propagates, because you can still, if when the real clouds move, you can still see the chemtrails that will spread high above it, which is going to drop down into the clouds and will come down in the rain. That's the way they do it. And the way I see it, and at this point, I believe there'll probably be a lot of false positives. I won't talk about exactly to what, but there'll probably be a lot of false positives after that heavy spraying. Just saying. But, oh yeah, and then of course all the veil that's cast over all nations. See, we now know who the people are. Esau has used that that false narrative of black, white, and Hispanic and Asian, and all these bywords that he has come up with to get away from all the biblical names which were given to all the nations in the beginning in Genesis, the 10th chapter. All those people are still here. Okay, and these secrets are revealed, unto the men of the Lord. Matter of fact, let's get that. This is Amos 3. I think I'm gonna start at verse 6, though the point is in 7. And it reads, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh have not done it? Surely Yahweh power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets." So all this evil that is coming about, Esau's behind it, but the Lord is behind him. So why? Because he's operating on the left-hand side. He has, Esau's operating off the left-hand side, and the Lord is allowing him to build himself up and do all these great things, just so it'll be that much sweeter and that much greater when the Lord destroys him and brings him down publicly before everyone. Because this downfall is going to come before the whole world. The whole world is watching him make a fool of himself. I mean, you know, let's go Brandon, if you can figure that out. You know, he's clearly making a fool of America, being the face of America at this point. And he's just a hypocrite and the shame of the world right now. All right. Let me go to the book of 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. And before I start reading what I'm gonna read out of it, I was just watching the 007 movie, and you know, on the uplifting of the woman, the new 007. From what I was told, that part was supposed to be played by Idris Elba, but you know, that dude drips masculinity, you know, and I guess they just couldn't have that, so they put the nigga woman in there instead, and that's, you know, that whole, and you know, and of course, just like there was other movies, you know, and so many movies where these women are going hand-to-hand combat with men. One woman, you know, taking on 5 or 6 armed men, and she's defeating them all, and you know, just cartoon make-believe bullshit, because that would never happen. All right, and but you know, that's that confusion that's elevated. But in that story, there's a weapon of mass destruction called Heracles, which is basically the name Hercules, you know. And I found it rather annoying that they would use that name. And people who know me would understand why I say that. And they made it, you know, basically this is a DNA weapon, and it's not far-fetched from the truth, you know. And basically this DNA can target specific people. It can target you and then everyone who's related to you, or it can target complete lines of ethnicity. All right, you think of eugenics, Margaret Sanger, you think of Bill Gates and all the speeches that he made in the past about depopulation, you know, through you-know-whats, all that sort of thing. But, you know, all it's doing is that it's just, all they're doing is kindling the anger of the Lord, who is going to unleash, who is unleashing hell upon earth at this point, all right? And all these devices that Esau is formulating, because if you think that you know, this make-believe movie weapon isn't far-fetched for something in reality, you're fooling yourself. All right, they have things like that. I can only imagine what's at the CDC, what's been weaponized there. All right, because that's all they talked about in this movie, the weaponizing of diseases and things of that nature. All right, which is beyond a cowardly way to fight, which is something that Esau's been doing for centuries. All right, he's been doing that for a very long time. But this is 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, and it reads, and I'm going to read to about verse 34. I'm going to start at 16 and read to about verse 34, and it reads, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? So Ezra was actually given a vision of what's about to happen, what we're about to live or die, you know, as we go through it, you know. Because everything around me, including this spot, this is my favorite tree, right here. And this tree will no longer be here, but Yahweh Ratazah, you know, I'm going to have many, many like it in the kingdom. All right, and I'm going to have trees like this bearing all kind of exotic fruit too. All right, but nevertheless, everything around us that you're looking at, you know, all these beautiful flowers, all the different colors. See the blue over there, the like purple, and you got all these red ones right here. You know, all this stuff is going to be gone, man. That building across that, as a matter of fact, that's that building 1444 right there. I mean 1441. So it's 114, no matter how you turn the numbers around, it's beautiful. But that's the location of this building, of what this tree is, you know. It happens to be my favorite tree. Call Halal Yahweh Bashem Abishai. But nothing's going to be left, man. All this is going to be gone, man. America's going to be made a desert. and it's gonna be a very frightful thing coming upon as it happens. All right, and it says, the beginning of sorrows and the great mournings, and the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? All right, so if you can see that this manufactured famine that's quickly coming upon Babylon and upon the world. All right, at this point, you know, we were talking about this months before they started addressing it, you know, on television and in the mainstream media. All right, I had two clients on two different occasions this morning tell me how they thought I was, a little out there, years ago, but now they believe me. You know, it's like, yeah, he was like, yeah, man, I thought you was a little, he said, I didn't think you was crazy or nothing. I just thought that, you was just a little, extreme with your beliefs. But now, man, I believe everything you say. And then I had a former female client that he's actually friends with as well. She said the same thing. She's like, damn, I believe, she said, looked like he was right all along. Yeah, well, you know what? It's because the Lord was right, man. And those secrets were revealed unto the prophets of the Lord. All right? Verse 19, it says, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. So this is payment, man. The Lord is getting ready to mess you people up. You proud ass Babylonians about to get it, man. You're about to get it. And it says, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So they're still going to scoff and talk crap and get angry. Some are even going to curse God or whatever, man. But it's to no avail, man. And it says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth. Yeah, and it's true, man. I just was told by a brother that they selling I think it was a Rollout that mentioned it, those F-150s, because no one was buying them. They're just trying to get rid of them. F-150s are being sold for like 20 grand, man. And brand new, those things are like 29, 30 grand. And up. Because I know that Raptor, that Ford Raptor, that one, that's like an $80,000 truck, man, brand new. But some things are being sold cheap, and at the same time, the prices for food is starting to reach, hyperinflation mode. It says, let me go back. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth, and they that shall think themselves to be in good case, and even shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Yeah, because going back a couple of months ago, going back all last year was cheap to fly and go places. All right? If I could catch it, there's another caught in the act. If I can zoom in on it. Up above the clouds, he's going to leave that line, and it's going to spread out and come on down like those faded ones you see around it. And they disguise and they hide it right behind the real clouds. That's what they do. All right? I just happened to look up while I was reading. But let's go back to where I was. It says, right, I'll read here again. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And it's nothing but confusion right now. Complete and total confusion. All right? For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Because with this famine, with this shortage of food, there's going to be a lot of home invasions. It's going to be a lot of robberies and jackings, and it's been a tremendous amount in this area right here. All right, because I'm in Wicker Park right now. I cross Milwaukee Avenue, which is about a block and a half away. I'm in Bucktown, and there's been nothing but there's been a lot of carjackings and robberies over here, and there has been all along. They just weren't reporting them on the news, because I had clients that lived in this neighborhood a little bit south of here in Westtown. And they were always complaining of people robbing them as they're getting in their cars and coming out their back doors and throwing the trash out and stuff like that. home invasions and things like that. That stuff just don't make the news because they want to keep the property values up. You know, just like there's a media blackout on all the suicide deaths that happen on the Gold Coast and downtown. You know, these people always jumping to their deaths, you know, from those high-rise buildings. But, you know, it's going to be hard to, you know, resell, you know, different apartments and things of that nature. These multi-million-dollar condos in the sky, they really aren't worth what they're charging you. You know, but it'll be hard to sell them if people know that somebody, you know, swan dived off the balcony and that whole sort of thing. All right, and it says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. So it's really going to get that bad. It sounds like something out of an apocalyptic movie, but you're going to see it. Or you're going to be one of those bodies that people are just stepping over, that the dogs and the animals, you know, are starting to pick at. The rats. Because there's going to be no one to bury them when the garbage piles up. All right? And it says, and there should be no man left to till the earth and to sow it, and the trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. All right? You won't be able to travel. And then that's just it, because, you know, you don't have people to till the ground. Hell, they can't even get people. Well, they can. They just won't refusing to do it. Because this is a man-made famine that's being brought on, just like the one in Ukraine that the elder Apostle Tahar was talking about in the video he did. I believe that was yesterday, you know, in the past. And the same thing is happening again, man. You know, that's an old war tactic to starve people out, to get them to comply and bow down and submit. All right? It says, so that one man shall desire to see another, and to hear his voice, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 in the field, and they shall hide themselves in thick groves and clefts of the rocks. And as an orchard of olives upon every tree, there are left 3 or 4 olives. So it's not going to be a lot of food left around, and people are going to be hiding, fighting, and trying to survive. It's going to be nuts out here, man. It's going to really get that bad. All right? Then it says, whereas when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them to search their houses with the sword. So, like I said, it's going to be a lot of home invasions. You best believe this neighborhood is going to be prime pickings. Because, you know, why? Because these people over here have more substance. You know, because quickly people in the hood are going to realize that it's useless to be robbing people in the hood. They're going to come places like this, and the clashes are going to happen. You know, it says, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. So, you know, it's looking like, you know, these roads and the weeds and stuff start growing over. You know, you even got some homes. You ever seen one of those houses? I forget what they call those vines that grow on the side of the house. They cover it up where you can't even see the siding of the house. You can't see if it's a brick or wood frame house anymore because of all this, the greenery is taking it back over. But everything's going to be old. You're going to look shut down and desolate, you know. Boarded up stores and boarded up windows and things of that nature, man. Then it says, then virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, and women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. And in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of the famine. So you're either going to lose your husband to the wars, to the battles, or you're going to lose them to, you know, to the starvation, or you're going to lose them in those home invasions when they come in to take your sustenance. All right, it says, and in the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of the famine. So there's great famine coming, man, and there's no way around what's about to happen. So it's just going to boil down to the fact, either the Lord is with you or he's not. So, you know, prepare your minds, get yourself right, stay prayed up. Call halal Yahweh by Shem Abishai by Shem Rakakwadash. Wa Ababa Bal Kwam Yasharallah. Shalom.